Hey, what's up guys, it's Astriel, and we have the new events banner. Alpha looks so good. You guys know that I have an elf fetish, but have I ever told you about my schoolgirl fetish? There is just something so majestic about those cute uniforms with the pleated skirts and the thigh-high socks. I would look so cute if I dressed up like that.
Hold up, wait a minute.
So, should you pull for Honor Student Alpha? Alpha is a blue DPS in the midline. She utilizes buffs known as Mystic Powers. What is Mystic Power? It's a mistake in power. Think of it as a placeholder that really doesn't do anything. It's sort of a buff without the buff, just like Epsilon's chess.
何かあったかしら?
Her hidden technique deals 1000 damage on all enemies, and she deals extra damage based on how many stacks of mystic power each enemy has. For example, if the enemy has 5 stacks, she will deal 1500% damage. The stacks are based on each enemy individually. If someone doesn't have any stack of mystic power, she will only deal 1000 damage. Her first skill deals 300% damage on an enemy, and lowers their defense. The defense reduction is based on how many stacks the enemy has. Her second skill buffs her own attack by 30%, and she gives 2 stacks of mystic power to an enemy with the highest defense. The stack will usually go to the tank. This is the only skill giving stacks of mystic power. Her passive is kind of interesting, reminds me a bit of Monday Man, and we all know how I feel about him. For the first 30 seconds, this skill does nothing. Once the time limit is up, she grants a damage buff to all your blue allies. And as you can guess, the damage buff is based on how many stacks of mystic powers the enemies have. Her awaken passive gives extra damage, and everyone can awaken her by grinding the event. Aside from her second skill, her unique weapon gives 3 stacks of mystic power to a tank. It also reduces their speed by 30%. Keep in mind, these 3 stacks will end before her passive can be activated. For the main story and PvE, she is good. She buffs her own attack and gives damage reduction. With all AoE units, you can save her hidden technique until the last wave. She can be combined with damage buffers like Blue Epsilon or Holiday Sherry to nuke the last wave. Her biggest drawback is that right now there's not many ways to give stacks of mystic powers. She's essentially capped at max of 5 stacks right now. For PvE, I'll give her an 8 out of 10. For PvP, she is okay. Most of the fights in PvP won't last for 30 seconds, so her passive is useless until then. Her attack boost and defense reduction is great, but she has no survivability. She is very vulnerable to AoE attacks, especially with Zeta's shotgun crits. Unlike the better Alpha, her damage buff is only for herself. Santa Alexia is a much better choice for PvP with her AoE defense reduction. For PvP, I'll give her a 7 out of 10. For Armageddon, she is okay. The main potential she has is her defense reduction, but that's not enough. If you want defense reduction, she can be replaced with Blue Eta. As of now, her passive only gives about 10% damage increase to her team. For the first 30 seconds, her passive is non-existent, and you really want to keep that damage boost uptime. You can replace her passive with Sid's passive. For Armageddon, I'll give her a 6 out of 10. So, should you pull? Why do they always nerf the cute looking ones? No, honestly, you should just save right now. Alpha has real potential, but she relies too much on stacks of mystic powers. And as of now, there's not enough ways to get stacks. And because of this, she's just a slightly better version of Sid. Slightly. Maybe the second event character, Zeta, will give us more stacks. So I would wait until Zeta drops and see what her kit is like. Zeta might just be the support unit that we need. But even if Alpha somehow ends up being good, you might have to pull for both Alpha and Zeta. And that's too many gems that you can be saving for the better Alpha rerun. And if you already have a good blue DPS, like Delta, Epsilon, or Santa Alexia, you don't need to pull for Alpha. So for the free to play, just skip this event and save. The half anniversary should be coming up soon. For the whales out there, please send me some good food. I'm starving out here. And for the Alpha enjoyers, one of us. One of us. You guys already know that I am the biggest Alpha simp, so I had to do what needs to be done. That's right, I pulled her because waifu over meta, and you can watch how my shafting went. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what kind of characters you're expecting for the half anniversary. Love ya.
私はアルファ。この学園の1年生よ。